Well, Senator Charles Grassley is the ranking member of the Senate Judiciary Committee and the man who led the questioning this morning. Senator Grassley, thank you so much for being on. We appreciate it. Let me ask you first what is on the minds of so many in watching this scandal day by day and week by week and month by month unfold. Do you believe, as some 34 members of the House on the Republican side believe, that it is time for Attorney General Eric Holder to resign?
Not yet, until I get to the bottom of it, but I have said this, and if this applies to him, then it would be his resignation I'd ask for. The person at the highest level of government that approved Fast and Furious has to go.
How high do you believe?
If heads don't roll, you know, nothing changes.
How high do you believe, based on the evidence you have so far, this reaches into the DOJ?
At least the Assistant Attorney General, Lanny Brewer. But also, I think what you had on there that Leahy was asking Holder isn't entirely accurate from the standpoint that he had a lot of memos go across his desk in the summer 2010, and if he didn't read those, why wasn't he reading the memos? He should have known about it way back then.
He said, he told Senator Cornyn, as we played in part in that soundbite, I have ultimate responsibility here, but I cannot be expected to know details of every operation going on a day-to-day basis. That is his response to you. Do you not find that adequate?
I do not find it adequate because I believe that we get too much information that is conflicting. And I'll give you an example. Right here, we ask a lot about the February 4th letters today. We got answers that were a week ago they admitted had false information.
And Senator, pardon me, I just want to get our viewers up to speed on what you're referring to. Back in January of 2011, you presented Eric Holder with letters detailing this operation and wanting to know the truth about what the DOJ knew and when it knew it. Then they wrote back to you and said, look, what these whistleblowers are telling you is not true. This didn't happen. We didn't authorize it. And that was in February. And you asked him about those letters, which now you know were not truthful. Were not accurate, at least.
Yeah, that's right. And they admitted last week that there's false information in it. But they should have known it a long time before, but they never admitted it until last week. Because we followed up in February with additional letters, and we sent them memos and information that we got from whistleblowers that proved that there was false information in that February 4th letter, and yet last winter they wrote back to us still denying that there was anything false in that letter.
He has suggested that this is about a, quote, headline-grabbing Washington gotcha game and cynical political point scoring on, I presume, the part of you, Congressman Issa, over on the House side, and other Republicans who continue to beat this drum. Your response to that, Senator?
I resent that because I have a reputation for the 30 years that I've been in the Senate doing oversight work of asking just as tough of questions, investigating just as strongly Republican presidents as Democrat presidents. Now, what really irritates me is that today the Democrats are bringing up, we ought to be investigating what went on in the Bush administration. If they'd been helping me with this investigation 9 months ago, we'd be to the bottom of it now. But they're just getting interested when there's maybe a Republican connection. I'll investigate everything. In fact, on September the 30th, I was denied a briefing on what went on in the Bush administration that was scheduled, and they never came and briefed me on it.
Senator Charles Grassley, thank you so much for being here, sir. We'll continue to follow it. All the best.
Sure, thank you.